right. You guys ready to hit the ground running? Here we go. First off, thank you guys for coming back to my Periscope. My name is Cody Sperber. I am known as the Clever Investor. I'm the CEO of cleverinvestor.com, and all this week we have been diving in to the nuts and bolts of building a $1 million a year real estate investing business. I'm showing you everything. I'm pulling back the curtain, showing you step by step how to set your business up the right way, how to generate the leads, how to process the leads, how to negotiate, how to structure your deals, find those hidden profit centers, turn around and make some money, either wholesaling or rehabbing or owning rentals or whatever you want to do with it once I show you how to acquire real estate. All right? So we've been kind of going through. Yesterday we kind of dove in a little bit deeper, and we started going into the different stages of a real estate transaction. So I started with a very high level overview of what is wholesaling, you know, kind of what is the business model, and then we dove into the 6 main stages of running your real estate business. I'll go over those 6 stages one more time, and just so everybody knows them. Stage number 1 is setting up your business the right way. Stage number 2 is generating leads. Stage number 3 is everything that has to do with processing leads once you generate them. Stage 4 is choosing an investing strategy that you want to go after. Stage number 5 is coming up with how you're going to fund these deals. Most of us start with little to no money down investing strategies and then eventually build partnerships or come up with ways to raise private capital so we can actually take down deals ourselves. And stage number 6 is understanding the right way to close out transactions, get paid, and prepare yourself for all the money that you're making. Prepare yourself to pay taxes and to get referrals and testimonials and all the good stuff that comes with closing a transaction out. All right? So real quick, everybody, please share the feed right now, because what I'm about to dive into today, yesterday, we spent a lot of time on setting up the business. Okay? Today, we're talking about lead gen. Lead gen, in my opinion, is the most important part of your real estate investing business, the most important thing that you can do with your day, the most important money-making activity. Thank you so much, everybody, for sharing the feed. Please keep sharing it. So if we were to dive in and have a candid conversation about lead generation, there are really, from a high level, there's 2 types of leads that you can generate: free leads and paid leads. Now, sometimes free leads are great leads, right? You can go on to something like Craigslist, for instance. If you have the right strategy, you can pull deals off of Craigslist. It doesn't cost you a dime except for your knowledge and your time, okay? So there are free lead generation strategies out there, and we'll go over a bunch of them. And on the other side of the spectrum are paid leads. Paid leads, they obviously cost you money, but I want you guys to start thinking about any type of marketing or lead generation in your business as a investment into the business and not as an expense. Okay? I used to think of it as an expense. Why? Because I was broke and I was spending my last $500 or whatever that I had to my name to buy pay-per-click or to buy direct mail or whatever. But what I learned over time is that investment was, or what I perceived as an expense, was really an investment, and it was such a small investment that paid me back multiple times over that I became, once I got good at the pitch, okay, which is stage 3, once I got good at the pitch, I realized that I can transition from free leads to paid leads. I now know what I'm doing. I have a little bit of confidence. I'm actually sounding pretty good on the phone. I got my pitch down. I'm able to maneuver in and out of objections and questions and have a conversation with people. I can change based on the personality type of the person. And all of a sudden I started monetizing my paid leads in a way where I wanted to spend more money on my real estate business, because I knew if I spent, say, $500, I might make back $5,000, right? Because I might do 1 or 2 deals and make a few $1,000 on each deal. So all of a sudden, I just started realizing, you know, I want to spend money, but I wanted to do it, and I want you to do it after you get your pitch down, right? Which we'll talk about stage 3 tomorrow or the next day, depending on how long this conversation goes for. All right, so lesson number one is that you want to think of any marketing in your business as an investment, not as an expense. The way you make it transition from an expense to an investment is getting your pitch down, understanding your strategy, what are your goals, what are you trying to accomplish. That way, when you do spend money on marketing, it's wisely invested into your business, all right? So let's just kind of take a small step back from the conversion conversation and go back to lead gen and just start there, all right? Hold your questions to the end, guys. I'm going to answer them. So there's a ton of different ways to generate leads. So let's just throw a couple against the whiteboard and see what sticks. All right, so let's talk about some free ways to generate leads. And if you guys know any good ones, throw them up here. I'll just start writing some stuff down. First one comes to my mind would be driving for dollars. All right, that's a free way, okay? Free. Okay, what else? Driving for dollars. Okay, think of free ways to generate leads. What do you guys got? Free. Think free. Okay, what about Craigslist? Okay, door knocking. Agents, good. So you got social media, agents. Okay, we have, what was the other one? Classified ads, classified sites. What else you guys got? Free, think free. So we got driving for dollars, social media, real estate agents, classified sites, networking with anybody under the sun, right? Okay. Door knocking, I like door knocking. Okay. There's a lot of good ones, right? There's a lot of good ones. FSBO, that would be like a classified site strategy or something like that. All right, so these are all free ways, and there's a lot more, but you know what? These are all amazing free ways to generate leads, okay? And when I think about free lead generation, I think a great place to learn, okay? I think a great place to learn. I think a great place to fill in the gaps. Okay, so maybe you're paying money for pay-per-click or paying money for direct mail, and in between those times where your marketing is really hitting hard, you always can fall back to free leads. I think about what I do on my way into work all the time. I take different paths on my way into work or whenever I'm going through my neighborhoods, and I'm always constantly just looking for vacant or abandoned properties, aka driving for dollars, and I'm just constantly on the hunt to network with somebody. I actually am going to show you guys our entire marketing center that me and all of my students use, where it has our business cards in there, our bandit signs, it has our leave behinds, our direct mail stuff, all that good stuff. But, you know, driving for dollars is a great strategy. You can literally, with your cell phone, you see a vacant or abandoned property, snap a photo of it, write down the address, go back. We talked about this the other day. Go back to your office, write down or look up the taxable mailing address of the property, and take a little flyer, create one just on your computer, just a blank Word document, mail merge on that picture that you took of the front of the house, write, is this your property, question mark, because I want to buy it, you know, I'm a cash buyer, give me a call if you're interested in selling, and mail it off to them, okay? That's a great strategy. A lot of deals are made by getting creative with driving for dollars. I might even have a bandit sign in my trunk that I'll throw in the front yard of that house that says house for sale with my phone number on it. The owner sees that I put a bandit sign in their front yard. Whenever they come and check up on the property, they go, what are you trying to do? Why do you have a bandit sign in my front yard? And I said, oh, you know, I apologize. My guys get a little aggressive. You know, they must have put it out there. You know, I'm glad you called. I really am interested in buying your house. Are you interested in selling? So I just kind of schmooze my way back in there. even though they kind of call a little bit frustrated because I put a bandit sign in their front yard. But, you know, drive your dog is a great strategy. Social media, what I love about social media, okay, is, and you got to have a strategy. I have a pre-written email or a direct message that I have that my virtual assistant posts on all the local real estate groups, all the local wholesaling groups, and it's a pre-written message. This is a perfect job for a virtual assistant. They just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And when somebody responds, that's when they get me engaged or one of my guys engaged, okay? So it's just, you know, a very, very effective way. It's time consuming, so I like to have a virtual assistant do that. My hope for you is that you focus, once you start, you know, getting some traction and doing some deals, on the highest dollar per minute activities that you could potentially do, and you outsource everything else. Okay, at this point, I am not doing social media copy-paste postings. Okay, not to build a cash buy. And social media is phenomenal for building a cash buyers list. I don't do it anymore. My virtual assistants do it, and then when somebody responds to those initial inquiries, then we get engaged and we build a relationship from there. Okay? Networking with real estate agents, we talked about that yesterday. How easy would it be for you to go on and go on a Zillow, look at all the pending listings, even active listings, and hit them up and just say, hey, I'd like to write a backup offer on that listing. Is it okay if I give you a text with all my contact information and then just keep following up via text? I remember I gave you a little hint of connecting your name to something that they can remember. And networking with agents is done all the time, every day, nonstop. And if I follow up with them for a couple weeks and we're really engaging and they're communicating well, and I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to do deals, I'll actually take them to lunch and build a relationship in person. Classified sites, you can go into for sale by owner section of Craigslist or Backpage. Both of those are great websites to get your pitch down. Practice, okay, on these free leads. Hit them up and say, hey, you know, I'm a local real estate buyer or a cash buyer. Have you ever thought about working with a cash investor? I can close quickly. I can work with you. I'm very easy to work with. I'm local. And once you start getting comfortable talking to people, asking questions about the property, asking questions about their situation, what's motivating them, okay? And we're going to talk about this in detail when we get to stage number 3. But, you know, this is a great learning ground to do that. What about calling, this is a creative way, what about calling landlords that have rentals on GoSection8.com or on SocialServe.com? What about calling landlords on GoSection8.com or SocialServe.com? And you call them up and you say, hey, listen, I know that you have a property that you're trying to find a Section 8 tenant for. I come across great deals all the time. If I find a good deal that's right around the property that you currently have, are you looking to add any more deals to your portfolio? You're going to get 1 of 2 responses. They're going to say, yeah, I might be interested, and then bam, you got a new cash buyer. They might say, no, I'm not even looking for any more deals. In fact, I only like the one that I got. And bam, now you're in the conversation about buying their property. Because landlords who no longer want their deals is a great source of wholesale opportunities for you, all right? Where can you find pre-foreclosures? Pre-foreclosures is a very specific strategy. I don't talk a ton about it, but because it's a little bit of a higher level strategy. But what's great about pre-foreclosures is you could buy a lead of anybody once somebody hits the notice of default list, okay? It's pretty, that's a public document that gets filed. It's pretty easy to see, oh, these people have not been making their mortgage payments, and then you can organize your list going by date of the actual scheduled foreclosure, and go out to the property, knock on the door, and say, hey, listen, I got options. You don't have to lose your home to foreclosure. I can pay cash for it, put some money in your pocket. I could potentially even buy the house, rent it back to you. I can maybe even connect you with a lender, and they can get you a loan, a bridge loan. There's options that you have. And so pre-foreclosure door knocking was always a great strategy. You do get a lot of deals from that. When we talk about networking, networking to me is something that you know, I tell everybody that I communicate with, whether it's the lady at the grocery store, my bank teller, my doctor. I was at the doctor's office today. You know, I purposely brought up houses and looking for deals. You know, I didn't know if I was going to get a cash buyer out of it, or if he's going to have some properties he wants to sell, or if he knows somebody else. You know, and I ran the gamut over the time. I mean, he's literally inspecting me to see if I have hernia, and I'm like, yeah, well, you know, doc, I you know, come across a lot of good deals. You got some lazy money sitting around? You know, it's like, you just got to go for it and tell everybody that you come in contact with what you do, why you do it, and how it's going to benefit them. That's really important, okay? By the way, I'll tell you guys a little thing. Literally, you know how every once in a while you go to a doctor and they have like an intern or somebody. So I herniated. I have inguinal hernia from overusing it in Maui, I guess. I don't know whether it was biking up a volcano or what did it. But so I'm standing there and he goes, okay, I need you to drop your drawers. And I said, all right. And there's two guys sitting there, the doctor and an intern. And it's dead quiet in the room. And I just look at both of them and I said, all right, which one of you is going to take it first? And neither one of them laughed. And they just stood there staring at me in my full glory. And I'm like, that did not go over well. Haha. All right, let's do this inspection. It was bad. Anyways, so you know, you got to tell everybody that you know what you do and why you do it, but most importantly, why it benefits them. If you get into the benefit of how it benefits them first, it's going to really resonate with them, and they're going to be more open to listening to you. If you just start talking about what you do and how you do it, it's like, right? So focus on that. We're going to talk more about conversion tomorrow, okay? Let's talk about direct mail for a minute. Have you guys used direct mail? Is there anybody on here that's sending direct mail currently? Because direct mail, I got to a point where I was sending about 100 to 200,000 direct mail pieces per month. Okay, that's a lot of direct mail. That's a lot of inbound leads. That's a lot of opportunities to perfect negotiating, perfect talking on the phones, and really getting good at marketing using direct mail. So look, a lot of people are, yeah, I mail my bills. That's pretty funny. Yellow letters. Okay, that's like one of the first, most easiest forms of direct mail that you can potentially do. So it kind of works like this. There's probably about maybe about 10 different direct mail marketing lists that you can target that are really easy to pull the list and produce really good results. All right, so let's talk about it. When you're doing direct mail, there's two things we're always looking for in every single real estate deal. The first one is motivation. The second one is equity. So if we're always looking for motivation, okay, and there are levels of motivation, right? Would you say somebody who lives in their house, owns it free and clear maybe, but they live in the house, there's no real financial pain, but they'd like to sell if they can get the right price. Is that somebody who's super motivated, or would you say that they have a low level of motivation? Right? They would have a low level of motivation. All right? Somebody who maybe just had their house catch fire, the kitchen burnt down, okay? They would have a higher level of motivation. Or like that example I gave the other day where it was, I had a bad night last night, I got a DUI, I lost my job. That's a very high level of motivation. So absentee owners, meaning they don't live in the property and they have a lot of equity, that's a great combination. Fire damaged, okay, with equity, that's a great combination. What about, let's see, what about a code violation? Okay, would a code violation and you don't live in the property, would that be a high level of motivation? So it's an absentee owner with code violations? It's a pretty high level of motivation. What about going through a divorce, they own real estate, and there's equity in that real estate? Would that be a high level of motivation? Okay, so divorce might be a good one. Pre-foreclosure might be a good level of motivation. What about just vacant property? It's just sitting there vacant. It's not rented, it's just getting old and wearing down. All right, so there's a lot of different lists that we can target. So here are my favorites. So my favorite are absentee owner with equity. All right. Probate and inherited properties. Okay, I love going after those. Fire damage, and yes, they can have insurance, but that doesn't mean that they want to utilize the insurance check to fix their house. Okay. Tax lien. Tax liens are one of my favorite lists to target. Okay. Tax liens. All right. So where can you get some of these lists? All right. What if you want to get the best absentee owner high equity list out there? Where would you go? Okay. Where do you guys go? Absentee owner high equity. Boom. Brandon Bennett. Nailed it. Listability.com. ListSource is another good one. I like Listability a little bit better. McDonald's is not the right answer. All right, what if you want to go to get an inherited properties list? Where can you go to get an inherited properties list? What about usleadlist.com? Okay, usleadlist.com. That's a good place. There you go. Can you go down to the county recorder's office and pull a probate list? Yep, you absolutely can. What if you want to pull code violations? You can go down there as well, get code violations. Yep. What about eviction notices? Can you go down and pull a list of eviction notices? You think a landlord who's evicting a tenant might have a little bit of motivation? Yeah. What about tax lien lists? Tax lien lists. There you go. Boom. Rebo Gateway. Rebo Gateway for tax lien lists. All right. So what do we want to mail these people? So we go and let's say we target, we call listability, and we say, listen, I want every absentee owner that has equity in the city of Tempe, Arizona. Okay? Or we call Rebo Gateway and we say we want every tax lien that is going on in Tempe, Arizona. Okay? So I get the list, right? I can buy that list. What do I want to mail them? Okay? Because there's a lot of different mailing pieces out there, right? There are postcards, there are letters, there are tear sheets. There's all kinds of things that we could potentially mail them. The key with direct mail marketing is pairing the right list with the right marketing piece, okay, that says the exact thing that you need it to say. All right? It's Rebo, R-E-B-O, Gateway. In fact, the guy's name is Todd that you want to talk to down at Rebo Gateway. I'm going to hook you up right now. And his phone number is 866-887-0206, extension 147. Got your back. 866-887-0206, extension 147. His name's Todd. All right? So let me tell you my favorite thing to mail, because there is a cost associated, okay, with marketing pieces, right? There's a cost associated with it. What do you think costs more money? To send a letter or to send a postcard? What do you think costs more money? A letter or a postcard? That's right, a letter. So postcards are super effective, very affordable. Okay? I have what I call my magic bullet postcard. It's an ugly, little, cheap postcard, does not cost a lot of money. I have literally spent years, remember I told you I send hundreds of thousands of these a month, okay? I have literally spent years geeking out trying to perfect the language that goes on this card. The exact colors of the card, what it says and where it says it. Now, there are a lot of postcards out there. I've tried them all. I have literally what's called a split test. I've split tested this thousands of times, okay? So this ugly little postcard that you can see right here, okay, you can see it looks like it's got some hand-drawn doodles on it. It's got some things in bold, right? It's got some doodles and whatnot, all right? This thing, I got various versions of this. I got ones with color, ones without color. This is my Christmas postcard, by the way, that's going out right now, okay? You know, you got these ugly, cheap little postcards. They are lethal if they say the right things. These things bring in so many leads for such a great price. You know, you send out a couple thousand of these for $1,000 and you get 1 or 2 deals from it that put $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 in your pocket. Is it worth spending $1,000? Absolutely. And there's no better form of marketing that is targeted, specific, and produces the types of results as direct mail, okay? It's the absolute best. Now, there's another thing. This is what I send to all my probate and inherited property people, okay? A lot of times what I do, whenever I go down and pull the probate list, I will initially send a very cheap, very cost-effective, ugly magic bullet postcard. Once I have built my list, so here's the thing with direct mail. Direct mail is all about repetition. You have to send it over and over and over and over, and normally about the 5th, 6th, or 7th time is when you really start getting some traction. So this isn't like a direct mail at one time and call it a day strategy. Yes, you'll get a deal or two, but if you want to get tons of deals, and I've had people keep this postcard in their drawer for a year, year and a half, 2 years before they actually called me, all right? And it actually says on here, P.S. If you're not ready to sell today, then please keep this postcard for the future. You never know when you're going to need to contact a ready and willing cash home buyer. And you can see I even have a little, if you're a licensed agent, you got to have some disclaimers down there, all right? So I start with this. I mail this out once, and then what you're going to do whenever you send mail, where'd it go? Here it is. Whenever you send mail, you're going to get mail back, right? You're going to get some mail back. This returned mail, you keep these. You do not get rid of these. This is why you want to go set up a P.O. box at a UPS store, okay? So it looks like a physical address, not a P.O. box. And you take you keep these returned postcards and you put them in a box. And whenever you have your downtown time where you're not getting a lot of inbound calls, you skip trace these, okay? Skip tracing these is very easy to do. There's a lot of websites out there. You can go to a very cheap and affordable one called Spokeo, SPOKEO.com, I think it is. Spokeo, for like $1 or $2 per month, you can look up who the owner record is, what their phone number is, and give them a call. Let them know, hey, I've been mailing you a letter. I'm not a bill collector. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm actually trying to put money in your pocket. You got a few minutes? All right, boom. Oh, God. Guys, please share the feed right now. If you like what you're hearing, you want me to keep going, please share the feed. I appreciate you guys for doing that. I'm about to share with you guys something ninja, all right? This is the good stuff. This is where all the money's made. I know there's not nearly as many people on this scope as there was yesterday. This is where the money is made, okay? You crack the code on marketing, and you're going to be killing it, all right? So I first start off by these ugly, cheap magic bullet postcards, and I'm going to show you where I get these here in a second. Once I scrub my list, so I get all these return mailers back, okay? And when I get the return mailer back, I need to scrub the list. So I go onto the list that I bought from Listability or from Rebo Gateway or whatever, and I scrub out all the addresses that are bad addresses that I'm getting return mail on. The second time that I mail that exact same list, I switch it from the cheap down and dirty postcard to something that costs a little bit more but gets me a higher return rate. So this, what I'm showing you right now, this is called a tear sheet, okay? Nobody does this except for me and my students because I created these, all right? These tear sheets are lethal, okay? So you can see here, it looks like I photocopied an article in the newspaper, all right? And then it looks like I put these little doodles all over it. So it'll say, frustrated Arizona landlords have had enough. And I might mail this to absentee owner with high equity, okay, on the second mailing. And look what's down over here. It's got all my contact information. So it looks like I was written up in an article. And that the whole article, I was the expert in the article. And it looks like I ripped it out and I photocopied it, and it says, hey John, I just made a quick photocopy for you. Check these out. Okay? Check this story out. And it's all good information about being a landlord and having enough and getting frustrated and what your options are. And oh, by the way, they interviewed this expert. His name is Cody. He runs a company called Sell Quick for Cash or Cody Buys Houses or whatever you want to say. Here's his phone number if you want to get a hold of him. Then we fold it up, we put it in an envelope, and I put a sticky note right on the front that says, thought of you when I saw this. Okay? And it's a handwritten, printed envelope, so it looks handwritten, and we mail it off to them. Okay? Tear sheets. Gangster. This is the next level, all right? This is where this might get a 3, 5, 6% response rate. This is going to get like a 7, 8, 9, 10, 12% response rate. All right, sometimes higher. I've had it up to 15%. I mean, it's been crazy. All right, so tear sheets, I got them for absentee owners. I got them for inheriting unwanted properties. Okay, it takes a lot of time to put these things together, but they're legit. All right, so let me show you real quick. All right, so we have our own marketing center in here for all of our students, all right? And so you can use click-to-mail and some other stuff, okay? This is our marketing center, all right? So if you actually go into our marketing center, you'll see here, there's no reason for you to spend a year trying to create postcards and mail merge and put everything together. All my stuff is already in there. They're all here. Magic Bullet 1, Magic Bullet 2, testimonial, you can put in your pictures, okay? There's all kinds of stuff you can do. If you're a real estate agent, you can put in your pictures, okay? You can upload images. Okay, look at these, doodles already created on everything. Dozens and dozens of postcards, okay? So there's no reason that you should have to create all this stuff. All right? So the tear sheets, oh, check this out. These are trifold letters. These are really cool. Okay? These are long form yellow letters. I love long form yellow letters because when you mail them, there's no envelope. They just put a sticker. They fold this and they put a sticker on it. These things kill it, by the way. Okay? Check out these doodle letters. Just crazy. You can put anything you want on them. These doodle letters are awesome. Get them in different colors. Have stuff written in the sidelines. All handwritten looking. You can type up whatever you want. Here's those tear sheets I was telling you about. Okay. Got mini postcards. Got big ones. What else we got? We got jumbo postcards. We got all kinds of stuff. This is only for internal uses. Okay. Okay, this is our Clever Investor family. Our Clever Investor students can use this. You want to get your business cards, you can buy your business cards right here. You don't have to think about what your business cards look like. Okay, got tons of different choices for business cards. You just select which one you want, put your information in. Bandit signs. These are all my personal designed bandit signs. Yep. So let me ask you something. If you had access to my marketing arsenal, do you think that you're going to be able to get more deals? I mean, if you didn't have to create it yourself, do you feel like this would be something that could be super useful for you guys? So you didn't have to create them yourselves. You didn't have to split test 10,000 times. You didn't have to come up with the concepts. Everything was just done for you, all put together. All you had to do is go in there and order what you want. I'll tell you guys what. You guys, if you go to directmaildealmaker.com, you can have the entire marketing arsenal for $97. Okay? directmaildealmaker.com. All right? All right. The important thing, doesn't matter if it's a letter, it's a postcard, whatever. The important thing is understanding what marketing piece pairs with what marketing list. Okay, so when you transition from free leads to paid leads, now you're going to have the confidence to be able to spend the money and invest in your company because it's going to be the best marketing pieces to the best marketing list. Everything's going to be hyper-targeted, hyper-focused. For 97 bucks, okay, that's as cheap as I can give it to you, all right? That's pretty much at cost to give you access to something that put me 11 plus years to put together, all right? So it's directmaildealmaker.com, and it's 97 bucks. There you go. And you're welcome. So get on Craigslist. We're going to have a conversation tomorrow. It's a one-time fee. Okay, we're going to have a conversation tomorrow about conversion. Okay, and what's cool about the Direct Mail Deal Maker, by the way, I'm going to give you some very cool downloads that you can actually see what marketing list comes with what level of motivation and what we call extreme motivation combos. So you can start to see what marketing list should go with what marketing piece. It's going to have a little download. Let's see if I have it here. There's going to be a little download for you that shows you what marketing list goes with what marketing piece. And tomorrow when we have our conversation on conversion, you're going to start to see how you can go in there, start with the free leads, get on Craigslist, start getting used to your script, start talking to sellers, start talking to cash buyers, start getting some confidence. That way, when you finally do decide to pull the trigger, spend a few $100 to test out direct mail in your local market, and those leads come pouring in, and your phone starts going crazy, you're going to pick it up with confidence because you're going to know what to say, when to say it, how to say it, because we're going to dominate that tomorrow, okay? So far we showed you how to set up the business. So far we talked a little bit about lead gen, talked about where to get free leads and paid leads. We're going to start talking about tomorrow the conversion, which is extremely important, and we'll just keep the ball moving down the field until we're done, all right? All right, guys, you guys have any questions? This stuff is so vitally important. Every single day, you should be marketing your business. Every week, you should have appointments set up. How do we sign up from Canada? If you're looking to invest in the United States, it does not matter where you are. You can go to cleverinvestormentoring.com and check us out. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Does this work in Los Angeles? Absolutely. We've got a lot of students doing it. See, here's the thing with competitive markets like Los Angeles. You're going to want to really focus on building relationships with real estate agents, other local wholesalers. Okay, that's another free lead gen strategy is co-wholesaling deals from other wholesalers. Go build a cash buyers list, sell somebody else's deals to your cash buyers. SoCal is tough for those that aren't in the know, that don't really understand how to network properly, how to do direct mail properly. Bandit signs are a great paid strategy as well. You can put bandit signs out, okay? Let me show you one cool creative thing with the bandit sign, okay? This is a really cool thing with the bandit sign, okay? Most people, all right, put a bandit sign on a pole like this, right? Okay, and they just staple it right to the pole. Okay, you guys have seen bandit signs, those little plastic corrugated signs, yard sale signs. What if instead of doing it that way, you stuck your bandit signs like that? Okay, and you create a bandit flag instead. All right, I like doing bandit because sometimes I'll show up at a pole and there's 4 bandit signs on this pole. Little ones, big ones, one stuck in the ground. They're everywhere. Okay? I like to stick them out of the side so it almost looks like a flag. And I'll make my bandit sign bright red with black letters or bright yellow with black letters. And what I do, here's a bandit sign, guys, just so you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay? This is a bandit sign. All right? See how there's holes in this plastic corrugated yard sign? If this is the pole, and you can either put it on like that, or you can find out and order your bandit sign so the flutes, these are called flutes, actually are sideways. So now if here's a pole, and I drive a nail in there and a nail in there, and I slide the flutes onto the nail, and I have a skinny nail where it fits inside the flutes kind of tightly, I now have a bandit flag. So what if the flutes, instead of running this way, ran this way? So it stuck out like this. You guys get what I'm saying? Okay. You guys get what I'm saying? So that's that. Bandit signs are really, really useful paid advertising. Pay-per-click is a really great paid advertising strategy. Okay, Google pay-per-click. Is it illegal to nail to telephone poles? Yes. Define illegal. Maybe frowned upon. There is like a bandit sign type police. They're called code enforcement officers or city inspectors or whatever. But you put your Google Voice number up there. They yell at you a few times. I like to put my bandit signs out at Friday and pick them up on Sunday. You know, put them in lower income areas. You're probably never going to get a call if it's in a lower income area. I wouldn't put them in like North Scottsdale. But West Phoenix, I put out bandit signs. I get calls. Bandit signs are great because I get calls from 2 types of people. I either get calls from the buyers or sellers or vendors. You get a lot of calls from vendors, okay, for bandit signs. All right, I'm fading, guys. I gotta go. I'm starting to hurt. But I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys take action on this information. Go to directmaildealmaker.com. Remember, I also have a free book for you. That book is cleverinvestor.com/periscope. It's my How to Flip Houses with Little to No Money Down ebook. Hopefully you guys have read it, downloaded it, and put that information into action. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Have a blessed. That's all I got for now. Take care. Comb your hair.